and we always ask this, what's the biggest misconception about Michelle Jenneke?
Oh, gotta think about that one. Okay, yeah, got it. I think that probably the biggest misconception about me is that I don't take athletics seriously. When I'm out there, I'm smiling, I'm having a good time, and people think it's just because I don't care and I don't really care about what's happening or how I run or anything. And it couldn't be further from the truth. When I'm training, I'm working hard, but that doesn't mean that I can't still enjoy myself.
Now there was a time when you loved me so. I couldn't run. Now you need to know how you like me now. 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 How you like me now.
So I took a nice long break after Rio. I had 6 weeks where I didn't train at all. And so I was just, I came back into uni. I'd missed the first couple of weeks of uni, so I was studying pretty hard, trying to catch up, trying to get up to date and make sure that I got through the semester pretty smoothly, which I did, and I was very happy with that. So yeah, it was sort of back to everyday life and sort of put athletics aside for the moment. Although I was also doing rehab on that injury that I sustained.
Here's the famous little twist and turn from Michelle.
Going into the Rio Olympics, Michelle Jenneke was the face of the games, with only Usain Bolt challenging her for exposure. But unfortunately, 2 weeks before the opening ceremony, disaster struck when Michelle suffered an injury whilst training.
I was doing everything that I could to try and get myself right, and I was seeing the physios and trying to sort stuff out, but it wasn't something we were able to fix in time.
Meanwhile, Jenneke was featured on billboards around Rio and on televisions around the world as part of a Coca-Cola sponsorship role.
It was a really cool shoot, shooting with Coke is pretty awesome, and got to go over to Barcelona and meet all these incredible athletes. So for me, it was more about the experience than it was about the money.
But all that exposure fueled the nation's expectations. So when Jenneke didn't qualify for the semi-finals, the backlash was brutal.
That all comes with the territory, and I wouldn't change anything. I like the name that I have for myself, and actually overall I thought my experience in my first Olympics was pretty incredible. I really loved pretty much all of it. It was so cool to be there and to become an Olympian. I'm training hard and trying to get there, and it's not like I didn't train in the lead up to the Olympics. I was training pretty hard.
Jenneke works hard on and off the track. As her athletic performances keep improving, Michelle is also building a massive social media reach, which is what sponsors love about her. But yet again, this has attracted criticism from those who think she should spend less time posting selfies and more time in the gym.
People saying that I need to spend less time doing other things, need to be training all the time. And I mean, the reality of it is that you can't be training 24/7. And if you're training 24/7, you're probably not going to compete very well. I mean, people don't see what I'm doing all the time, and I don't always have cameras out there when I'm training, so maybe I wasn't posting enough pictures of me training, but that's because when I'm at the track, I like to get the job done. So if there's pictures of me, it's generally after the session, posting more about other aspects of my life. And I don't think that I should have to just be an athlete. I'm not just an athlete, I'm a human being.
The two Aussies are actually in front of the Bolt All-Stars. Drew coming through. Jenneke kicks away though from Drew and Tadeo. Australia look like getting full points. Michelle's going to get the job done. Yes, she does.
Yeah, but it wasn't the cleanest race. Clipped a couple of hurdles in there, but got the job done, got the points for Australia, and that's really all I can ask for tonight.
After Rio, they had a selection meeting a little bit later, and they decided to take me off NAS, which is our National Athlete Funding Scheme that we have here in Australia. So as part of losing my funding, it actually meant that I couldn't train at the New South Wales Institute of Sport anymore. There was a few things that happened within that, and I actually haven't yet been kicked out of the gym there. Should have been having some negotiations with Athletics Australia. It is something that could potentially disturb my training, which would be, well, not great, because I'd have to find a new place to train. So the money's nice, but it really means nothing to me. What matters to me is, first of all, that I do have the support of my national association, but secondly that I can actually use the facilities, and that when I'm at home I can just train as normal, because that's all I want to do, is I just want to train and get the job done.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear, the camera's here.
The critics can say what they want about Michelle Jenneke, but thanks to her tight-knit family, little Shelley from Cherrybrook is still the same life-loving girl she's always been.
I have the most supportive family. You know, going over to Rio, I had my grandparents over there, had uncles, aunts, you know, I had my sister over there, my mum, my dad. I'm so grateful for all of them.
Commonwealth Games, the Commonwealth Games. This is a song that's all about the Commonwealth Games.
I'm really excited for the Commonwealth Games. Having them in the Gold Coast I think is going to be pretty incredible. I've actually been up there training in the Gold Coast quite a bit over the past few months, and it's going to be so incredible to have that in the home country, and I'm really hoping that I get to compete out there and get to compete well out there, because I can't imagine anything better than racing out there in front of a home crowd, because I know that the Aussies are just going to go nuts. I feel like I'm in the best shape I've ever been at this time of season. I'm fitter, I'm stronger, I'm faster, and I'm really excited to see what I can do this season. I'm Michelle Jenneke, and you're watching BeyondTheGame.tv.
Thanks.